Hi guys, I am back with another video, and today we are going to be talking about goals, and I'm really excited to be sharing with you my goal setting process that I go through every single year. This process allows me to be super clear on what I want to accomplish, how I want to accomplish it, and also start the new year laser focused on my goals. You can do this process any time of the year. In fact, I actually repeat this process every 6 months just to review my goals. This is very different than just, writing up a bunch of sentences every January and not having a clue how you're gonna do it, right? So in today's workshop, I'm gonna be showing you how to actually create a plan so you know 100% that you will be achieving your goals. I've also created a 100% free goal setting workbook you can download on the blog at coachsofiafitness.com/10. I've also written the URL here, but I will put the link also below the video. But make sure to pause the video, go grab the workbook, print it out, because you have to be doing this exercise in writing and then come back to this video. All right, so the very first step I want you to do is I want you to set a timer to 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, or longer if you'd like. And I would like for you to start writing all of your goals, all of the things that you would want to be, do, or have in the next 6 to 12 months. And these can be relationship goals, it could be career goals, it can be, of course, health goals. I'm gonna be focusing on health goals just for the sake of this video and to just stay in the context of my YouTube channel. But you can do this process for all areas of your life. And remember that these could be like big, unrealistic goals, right? Things like maybe I wanna run a marathon or I wanna buy a boat, right? So anything that's may feel big to you, you include in this list. So this is just brainstorming, letting everything flow in paper, all of the things, little and big, that you would like to achieve, be, or have. And of course, you can use the workbook or a journal to do this exercise. And then the next step is you are gonna ask yourself, on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident I am about achieving this goal in the next 6 to 12 months. Do I see myself achieving that if I actually try? So on a scale of 1 to 10, write the number by each item. And don't focus on the how right now, just check in with yourself and see how confident you are on that scale, because that's just what we want right now, just that number. Oh, and just to mention, 1 being impossible, I don't see myself doing that in the next 12 months, and 10 being totally no problem, 100%. So next, what we are gonna do is we are gonna grab all of those items that are higher than 7. So 7 and higher, and then you want to group those together, and those will be your short-term goals for the next year. I personally like to have between 3 to 5 goals for the whole year. That's honestly how many goals I have for myself. I know some people write a huge list. I don't do that. I have about 5 goals max. Usually I stick to 3, and then because there's a lot of work into them, and we're gonna see how you're actually gonna break these goals down. And a lot of people, they underestimate how much discipline, how much work goes into achieving each goal. So by having about 3 to 5 goals for yourself every year, you actually make sure that you give yourself space and you give yourself enough time, and it keeps you very focused instead of just trying to achieve so many things and getting really overwhelmed and confused and just feeling unmotivated. And if you end up with a huge list of short-term goals, again, go through it again, repeat the same exercise until you end up with about 5 goals max. All right, so now we are gonna take those goals and then we are gonna make them SMART. And SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. You don't wanna have vague goals. Like, so many times I ask people, what's your goal for the upcoming months, or what do you want to focus on for the next year? And it's always things like, oh, I want to get healthier and eat better, right? Or start walking more. These are vague and really broad goals. You don't really know how you're going to get there. It's like you can be saying the same thing again next year at the same time. You don't want to be setting goals like that. And if those things are on your list, like if you found yourself writing things like, I just want to lose weight, I want to start eating better, right? Now it's time to do the work and make those goals SMART. You want to really get so specific about really how much you want to lose, By what time? You know, what are you gonna do each month? How are you gonna measure it? Is there a way to measure that, right? I just want to eat healthier. There's no way to measure that. But if you say, I want to be eating whole food meals 5 times a week, right? There's a way to measure that goal, because I can ask myself, how many times did I make my own meals last week? And it could be a 3. So, okay, I didn't reach that goal. So you can actually measure it. So look at each one of your goals and make it smart. So again, I'm gonna go back to the example of just losing 10 pounds by say September of next year, and that would be 9 months. Again, I'm not saying you have to do this at the end of each year, but I'm just saying, you know, give yourself a timeline where you want to be achieving that goal. So specific, yes, 10 pounds by 9 months, which is September. I can even put a date, right? September 15th, I want to be down by 10 pounds of fat, right? Is it measurable? Yes, I can measure this. I can weigh myself every month. I can measure my fat percentage. I can measure how much I'm going down every month. Is it achievable? Yes, it is. I think I can do 1 pound a month. I think that's pretty easy. Anyone is capable of losing 1 pound a month if they just get a little active, if they eat a little better. Is it realistic? Yes, it is doable. So it's important to keep your goals realistic, doable, achievable, and finally time bound. Yes, I'm giving myself 9 months. And if I do feel like I need more time, I will give myself more time, but it's important to put a date there. So either September, October, December. So just put a date there to keep me on track. So again, I want you to go through all of your goals and try your best to make them smart. I know sometimes it's tough, especially when you're going through chronic pain and one of your goals may be to get pain-free. It's tough to know exactly when are you going to get pain-free. But another goal around that is just maybe focusing on the things you could do to improve your health, so that getting pain-free is a result. So if you feel that you're sedentary, you sit too much, you don't exercise often, you don't eat healthy, maybe create goals around those things that would lead you to improving your health. So maybe you can set goals for walking for 10 minutes a day for 5 days a week. That could be your goal, and you want to achieve that by 3 months. But I'm not saying you're going to stop at 3 months, but you just want to keep yourself accountable during that time, so that when you reach the 3 months, you can increase that maybe to 20 minutes. So you can work around things you can control for now, and things that will work to improving your health. Once I'm done with my goals, I love creating affirmations that I read to myself every day. So for example, going back to the example of losing 10 pounds, an affirmation would be, I will easily lose 10 pounds by September of next year. You can put the year, and I will enjoy the process, right? So that's something to read to yourself every day to keep you motivated, to give you the energy to follow through with your actions. Okay, so now we are gonna move to our action plan. You wrote your goal, but now it is time to reverse engineer how you are gonna get there. So I want you to gather all of your goals, your short-term goals, 12 months, 6 to 12 months. And what I want you to do now is I want you to create milestones. So what needs to happen for you to reach that goal? So for the goal of, say, losing 10 pounds in 9 months, a milestone could be to walk for 15 minutes every day for 5 days or 5 times a week, and just do that for at least 6 months. So that is a milestone. Once you achieve that, you've achieved a milestone that helped you get to your bigger goal. Another milestone would be to be able to cook for myself, or cook your meals every single day, 5 times a week at home. That would be a milestone. Another milestone could be to lose 1 pound every 3 weeks. So every time you lose 1 pound of fat every 3 weeks, that is a milestone helping you to get to your bigger goal. So go ahead and create milestones for each one of your goals that you've created for yourself. All right, so next we are gonna work on brainstorming all of the things that need to happen for you to start achieving those milestones, because it's really important for us to make sure that you are taking action towards your goal. If you're just writing things on paper and you're not taking action, those are just wishes. You have to take action. The best way to do that is to I call it a brain dump. You just literally put everything on there to take all of the overwhelm away, to know exactly what you're going to be doing, what needs to be done for you to achieve your milestones. Again, going back to the example, brainstorming what needs to happen for me to achieve those milestones. I gotta get good walking shoes or running shoes for me to be able to walk comfortably every day. I may want to go on Pinterest and search for healthy family recipes so I can cook meals for me and my family. I don't have to cook twice for me and my family. I'll gather the recipes from Pinterest. I'll create a Pinterest board with all the recipes. I can create a meal plan, get a scale. I probably need to clean out my freezer, clean out my kitchen of any packaged unhealthy food I don't want to be seeing there. So these are all of the things that I know I will have to do for me to reach the milestones. So if I don't do these things, I know I'm going to keep sabotaging myself. I'm going to keep procrastinating. Nothing will get done. I'm not going to achieve my goal. So brainstorm, again, pause this video and brainstorm everything that needs to be done for you to get to your goal. And the last and most important step is to schedule everything that you brainstorm in your brain dump. All of those actions, those action items, you have to put them on a calendar. Because if it's not scheduled, it won't get done and it's just not going to happen. It will be in your head, procrastinate, and nothing will get done. So I love using some online tools like just a Google Calendar because I love getting notifications when something is due. It just gives me that sense of accountability. So use whatever works for you, a calendar, online calendar, project management system, anything that you know works for you, use that, but you want to schedule all of those tasks. And it's a really enjoyable process because you look at your calendar and you're able to see, and put these things in places that fit your schedule. For example, you can do your grocery shopping on Saturday, you can do your Pinterest recipe search on your lunch break, you can create a meal plan on a Sunday. So it just helps you to stay organized and exactly when you're going to be doing them in a way that fits your schedule, but at least it will get done. So I hope you see the difference. Like, this process helps you know exactly what your goals are, know what your short-term goals are, and also have an action plan that guarantees you will achieve those goals if you put it into action. Compare this to, I want to get healthy and eat better. Like, it's just a huge difference between having a process versus just writing up a vague sentence on a piece of paper and wishing that it will happen somehow. So here's what I like to do. Each 12 weeks, I like to review all of the milestones and I like to review my goals and see if I have actually been able to achieve any of them sooner. Because a lot of times you'll see that certain things on your milestones list can be checked off because you were able to achieve them, and that way you're getting really, really close towards your goals. And many times, you look at your goals and some of them just won't resonate with you anymore, and you just take them off. Sometimes you'll want to add something new to the list. So it's just an ongoing process. You can keep adding and removing items from the list. You're not supposed to just stick to them forever. But having this process really helps you have an action plan in place. Okay, so now you may be asking yourself, okay, so what am I gonna do with all of those big unrealistic goals? Like, am I just supposed to give up on them? No. Here's what I do with my big, gigantic, massive, unrealistic goals. So you can do two things with big goals. You can either create a vision board, and I'm sure you guys are familiar with vision board. This is where you go and then you cut images from magazines that resonate with you, that look like your bigger goals, and you just put them in a board and you look at it every day. But there is a better process that I like because I just don't like to waste paper. I don't like to cut magazines. After that, they're useless. Just have to throw them out. So what I like to do better is I create vision albums, and this is way better, more environmentally friendly. So I go on Pinterest or on Instagram and then I search for keywords. For example, for travel, if I want to go to a certain country, I would look for travel country, the name of the country, and then whatever photos I find that resonate with me, I save them in an album, either on my laptop or on my phone. Usually it's on my phone. I have albums for each areas of my life. And what I do is I go every morning and I just look at all of those photos and I swipe. And it's just, for me, It's better that way because I can focus on each area fully. And it's not like a vision board where it's just a bunch of images and everything's just overwhelming. I don't like that. I like to have an album on my phone, and I could just go and look at the images and really focus on them and feel the energy in the image. So that is something you can do. Just keep all of your big goals in albums on your laptop, on your phone, or you can create a vision board, whatever works for you. But now here's something amazing that happens. As you start achieving many of your short-term goals, the ones that you feel confident about, every year or every 6 months when you review the list of all of your goals together with your big ones, so you start getting more confident in your ability to achieve goals because you know the process. So those bigger ones start to feel a little more achievable now. Many of those ones that ranked really low in the scale will start going up. And that's really the key with goals. You have to build that confidence through achieving those smaller ones that will give you confidence that, yeah, actually I can do it. I can, challenge myself to achieving something bigger because I've been just able to do that. And that's why, again, it's important to review your goals every 12 months because so many of them will change. I have so many goals that I don't want anymore. So I just remove them, and there are newer ones every year that I add to the list. And again, it's so easy when you have something you can review. So again, go ahead and download the goal setting workbook if you haven't done so already. It's on the blog at coachsofiafitness.com/10. So number 10, and you'll be able to download the workbook on the blog there. And you can keep it, you can review the workbook every year, you can print it again, and it's just a really easy way to go through your goals and you don't have to worry about losing them. You can just keep the workbook. I absolutely love goal setting. I feel like it gives me a sense of purpose. I know where I'm heading, what I want, how I'm gonna get there. And let me know if you have any questions about this. I know we've been going through a lot, and I know that it's a lot to process, and you're probably going to be pausing many times during the video to do the exercises, but it is my hope that everything is really clear for you. So if you have questions and if you're not clear about something, please let me know. You can comment below this video.